What's going on, guys? It's RPG Zeke here, coming at you with another video. It is box number 2 for GD02 Dual Impact. Once again, this is the second box set for the Gundam Trading Card Game. Before we get into the contents of the box, let's hear it out for the sponsor. It was almost good. Play it. Hey guys, today's video is brought to you in part by Otaku Nation. Located in Arizona, a store where you can find all sorts of anime apparel, cosplay-related material, stuffed animals, statues, figures, books, videos, model kits, and of course trading card games. Whether it is booster boxes or singles, Otaku Nation has you covered. Otaku Nation has a lot of ways for you to stay up to date on the latest products and releases. From their website, they have events posted, location listed, a gallery so you can see what things are like, new products rolling in, and that are posted on their Instagram so you never miss a product launch. And of course, a direct link can be accessed from their website here to see their assortment of cards from the TCG Players store. So take a moment, check out their website and the link in the video description down below. Now back to the video. All right, let me get you guys all nice and close like here. Let me switch that camera. Wrong button, Zeeg. Here we go. Flip it around for you. All right, contents of GD02. Very similar to GD01, except we got 130. We got 50 commons, 36 uncommons, 32 rares, 12 legend rares, 3 tokens, 10 resources. We're going to look at the box this time because that was something I didn't really do a whole lot of in the first video, but it is a really nice red, and the artwork's on the side. We got Zeta Gundam and then Barbatos on the other side. Very, very cool. I will say, if you did get through the first video, thank you very much. I know that couldn't have been easy. It was like an hour and a half. I promise this one's going to go a lot faster. We're not going to stop on every single card, but we'll stop on things that are relatively new or just things that I want to talk about. But we're going to go ahead and rip the first booster and see what we get. Also, so I can keep sounding like a broken record, in each box, we will not get a box topper, so there's nothing special on the top here. But you do get 8 legend rares. Legendary rares, which are usually the play cards you're trying to get to like upgrade your deck or just start building a new kind of deck that's available from the second box set. You will get 2 plus cards, which are usually alt arts of one of the cards available from the box set. They're systematically the exact same. There's no difference in their effects or stat line. They're just different variants as far as art is concerned. And then lastly, you will always get 1 C plus resource, which essentially is just going to be the driver's license photograph of one of the mobile suits that's from this box set, along with it having a holographic texture to it. So when we pull that, we'll go ahead and go over it. White Wolf. I really want to play with the... after I opened the first box set, I only did 1 box the same day it came out, and then I went to bed and I've been opening up the rest since, but I got to sleep on it a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I think the AGE1 cards might be pretty fun. Again, like I like the artwork like this where it's flat, very cartoony. I think that's really nice. Gundam Heavy Arms, big fan. Ryu Seigo. This is our rare. So once again, it's just going to have the matte finish on the thing in focus. Holographic in the back is the design language for rare cards. And we've got another rare. This is all range attack. This is the thing that's going to help you ping everything but link units on the board. And then we've got a normal resource. We're going to put the resources aside. We're going to start making my little tower, leaning tower of cards over here for sorting purposes later. And then really what we're... I mean, I can't say like we're trying to pull anything crazy. At this point, we just want our play sets, right? Because we need to get through... I got a whole case. I got to figure out what alt arts I might need to pick up. Because even if you get a whole case enclosed... There's so many alt arts, and since you can only get 2 per box, if you're actually on the hunt for like a specific alt art in general, it's almost better to buy boxes that are loose, because then you have a chance of divvying up or essentially getting a plethora of the same card. That is not going to happen in a sealed case, so you don't get that option. Gundam Airmaster, Valedictorian, Quattro Bagina, oh my goodness. Yeah, like this card. I think it'd be pretty cool to play with him, and then the pilot, and then there's a command card that helps you ramp up aggressively. I don't know if you guys knew this, but this is Awakened Power. This is our other rare. Allows us to get a pilot, or excuse me, a unit from the trash. We just got to pay for its cost. So 2 allows us to grab it. Then we got to pay the additional cost, and that unit can come out. Decisive Last Resort, big blow up ability, and then our resource, which is Psycho Gundam. I like that they keep continuing this driver's license, photograph, portrait mode kind of thing for the mobile suits. I hope they keep doing that. I think that's a very straightforward design language. And even like normal, not holographic, that's still like a really pretty resource. So that's really slick. Dotris, G-Quox, Chaliabul, Marasai, Bacto, Jared Mesa, Persistence, and Fortuitous. Carta. I really like Carta's card. Like, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, if we look at it, if you have a Galahorn Link unit in play, choose one enemy unit gets -3 AP during this turn. It is so easy to link Galahorn cards and then just to have her for one. You know they're going to try and swing into it if it's sideways. Catch them off guard, hit them with that. Very, very fun. Argama, we did pull the alt art of this one in the last box set, and it's really, really pretty. Oh, cool. I didn't even notice. Okay, so this is an LR. So LRs compared to the rares, again, this is usually going to be your big boss monster that you're wanting for your deck. They are going to have textures. As I kind of get the light on here, you can see a lot better. Lighting is a lot better compared to the first box set from the first week video. But we've got etched lines that kind of go over the outline of the mobile suit itself. We've got texture here. This one's kind of just like very sporadic, very confetti looking, as you can kind of see over here in the corner. It's the G-Quox Omega Psychomu, excuse me. Deploy, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may deploy 1 clan card that is level 4 or lower from among them. Return the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck. So very similar to the Zaft LR that came out, Dual Shroud, except it doesn't need a pilot. So this thing can just come down and exist and then just start fishing for another unit card. So that's pretty fun if you're playing an archetype. How good that card is in the meta, who knows? I hate the word meta personally. Really, I think Gundam is just a big box of variants and you're just trying to sporadically control that the best you can. I know it sounds like I just openly explained most TCGs, but trust me, there's not a whole lot you can do to guarantee a very high win rate. Gundam is all over the place, and then sometimes one turn or one decisive exchange with another unit is all you need to lose the game if you don't play that correctly. Baltic Beta, Gundam Heavy Arms, Gundam Leopard. I can't wait for the comments to be like, no, not in my Neo Zeon Rush deck. Beneath the Mask. Its name is Ryusei Go. Still so surprised. It's like a very pretty card. I like the portraits of the mobile suit pilots, but then they have the mobile suit in the background. So my favorite artwork is when they're both in there. Gundam Mark II AEUG. This is deploy if a friendly white base is in play. You may pair one of those pilots from your hand with this unit. Nice, you just get it for free. I think we talked about that last time, but that's one of the rares. This is another one. This is a rare base. This is Goran. Add 1 shield to your hand, and if it's your turn, you may discard a card that is red, and if you do, draw 1. We got our driver's license photograph here of Kamaris. This is also the LR Plus we pulled from the first video. Really, really fun. Next booster. I think that's the deck I'm trying to open up more of these boxes, because again, you guys are like, oh, he's only on day 2 of his case. In person, yes, but you guys see this spread out over a weekly course, but I'm trying to open all this so I can get like a Galahorn deck going for my locals this weekend. I really want to play it. I also brought that up yesterday, and then funny enough, the Gundam show that airs for the Gundam Trading Card Game, I forgot what it's called, but when they did it on the Bandai channel, they were playing a Galahorn deck, and I was like, that's really close to the one I want to try. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of a different thing, because it did lose to purple. They played a Vulture purple deck against Galahorn, and it did pretty good until it didn't. So Dotris Command, Beneath the Mask, Hyakushiki, Haman Karn's Gaza C, and Resource Epion Driver's License. All right. I don't know. I think Galahorn has some legs. I was talking it over with somebody else earlier today, where I'm like, I'm still on Oz. Like, I really want to string together an Oz thing. But going back to what I was saying earlier is if you go to the Gundam Trading Card Game website, they have a thing for recommended decks to try out. So if you do buy GD02 and you have like all these other cards essentially that are available to you, they give you recommendations on like, oh, you could play this deck. Like, we had fun with this deck. You should try it. And for Oz, they paired it with AGE1 or Age 1 stuff. And I was like, I guess that makes sense, because you're like trying to aggressively ramp to get into your bigger units and then just hold the fort down while you're doing that. How good will that be? I don't know. Only time will tell, but I thought it was really interesting. Mobius Peacemaker, Garrett Ran, Hey, cool, cool. Okay, so I get to show you this. So this is one of the, and this, we just got a base back here. This is one of the LR pluses. So we've got one more that we can potentially fish out of this box. And this is G-Quox Omega Psychum. And this is the other LR that we just pulled. So same card, doesn't do anything differently. Same stat line, still 5 attack, 4 HP, level 7, 5 cost. But you're going to notice some difference on the design language. It still does have that same confetti texture. As I get the light to shine on it, you can kind of see it. And with that being said, you'll notice right away, or at least you should, where the text essentially pops. Everything's a very high chrome silver finish. Even the box here in the corner, as I kind of lay it out, still shows that it's from the color type red. You can still see it here, but they actually punch through, or they remove the color. You're able to see most of the background. They give you the silver finish. And then even the label in the corner, also silver. Very highly reflective silver, very different. And even on the border itself, like if I just kind of flip this around in the light without dropping it, you can see that silver outline all the way around, including the numbers down here too. So there is quite a bit of a difference compared to an LR Plus and then the LR itself when it comes to the visuals. Now the pose, I don't know, this one's to, it's supposed to have red Gundam next to him. You can kind of see the steel ball over here, the wrecking ball that he's supposed to be using, but it is still just G-Quox with a Heat Hawk in both. So it's like, I don't know, like maybe they could have done a slightly different pose. Maybe it's too similar. I would like to see that expressed a little differently, but it's G-Quox. It was a very popular anime, still is, was able to get a big following. So I'm sure that's not going to be the only LR that we see of G-Quox. I'm sure we'll get more. Genesis Custom, Daughtris, G-Quox, Gundam Airmaster, Victorian, the Char pilot that's not Char, quote unquote, Gundam Age 1 Titus, Sagai's Gelgoog, our rare, one of our rares, and Gundam Aerial Rebuild. This thing is so much kit on one body. It's got high maneuver, it's blocker as long as you have commands in trash. The other Gundam Aerial Rebuild will help you fish commands out of your trash. So I definitely feel like Academy or anything that uses Soletta Mercury as a pilot definitely has a great tool in their arsenal now with that card. All right, Alexandria. I think this guy's cool looking. Like I kind of feel bad that I haven't seen this series. I have seen G-Quox. This is what this one's from. White Gundam, but if you notice, it is a Xeon trait, and it is looking for Char. Suji's Hideout. Nemo. Oh my goodness. Gundam G-Quox, Turning Point of History, Dominion, Psycho Gundam, Buster Gundam, Forbidden Gundam. Oh, yeah, this guy has blocker on body. Is that one of our rares? That is one of our rares, okay. And then we do have Hayaku Shiki. Oh my goodness, can't talk. And our driver's license photo of Kamaris. All right. Next up, I gotta remember to open these on camera. I keep like putting it to the side because it's just easier, but we're improving. Again, I open these all in like a very short amount of time, and by the time I get back to doing the video unboxings, I space out and develop all these bad habits. I also sound a lot better too, compared to the first video. First video, man, hour 20 minutes. Again, if you watched it, I appreciate you. I hope it was fun. I stuttered a lot because I was very excited. And then I couldn't get my thoughts together because I was just so hyped on opening these cards. Very excited for this one. Momentary Respite, very good burst, draw one, but then choose one purple pilot card from your trash, add it to your hand. I was talking about if you run purple, I think it's a great card if you're trying to up the quantity of a certain pilot. You want to see more over the other, especially if it's already in your trash. So paying 3 on a pretty good curve to get that pilot back to start enabling it with something else is pretty good. And then we've got Gundam Age 1 Spallo. I think that card's so sick. It's almost like he has a little spoiler. I don't know, man. It was pretty dope. What Gundam are you driving? Race car. Nice. Alright, moving on. Methis, White Gundam, Hammerhead. I'm still very into this card as far as a combo piece, because you just need a linked Teiwaz, and then you can just nuke something 2 or less AP, and then sometimes if a Teiwaz links, it's going to minus the AP anyways. or if you combo it with white, you can manipulate the AP a lot easier. So that is pretty fun. Gundam Ferric. Its name is Ryusei Go. Dramatic Turnabout. Choose one friendly damage unit. It recovers 2 HP during this turn. Draw 1. Draw 1. And then obviously if you cast it on like Psycho Gundam that has the link. Speaking of, this is nice. This is our LR plus from the box. So what that means is now for the rest of the box, we're not going to get any more pluses. This is going to be it. But we did pull one of the pilot alt arts. This is for Murasame. During Link, during your turn, when this unit recovers HP, if you have 4 or less cards in your hand, draw 1. So, for example, you do Dramatic Turnabout, throw it on this, it recovers, you would draw 1, and then this is also going to let you draw 1. So that is a cool way of just cycling because it's once per turn, and just being able to get that during your turn is so sick. So sick. Because just like, yeah, let me just filter and recover and make sure this unit stays alive. How good is it? I don't know. It's a level 5 pilot, so it's going to be played in the later game anyways. But the fact it's an option, and it's just like another tool to draw. Let's look at the texture here. High gloss, matte finish on everything in focus, per usual. But then you can see the background, speckled stuff kind of going on here. Almost looks like water droplets. I feel like we're looking at her in the rain, which is pretty cool. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's raining, but it's almost like, you know what I'm talking about? Like when you're looking at glass and then like you see the rain hit the windshield and stuff like that. Kind of what that reminds me of. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm a big fan of this, so this is cool. I always think they do a very good job on their LR pluses for their pilots. Again, some of the mobile suits for me are hit or miss. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, the normal LR is pretty cool. Because again, LRs are also textured, but just not having that chrome finish. A lot of these LRs look good. Like if you look at some other TCGs and you're like, oh, that's an alt art. Doesn't really take you out of it. It doesn't really express itself very different. And you're just like, okay. With Gundam, I can feel that too sometimes with some of them where I'm like, oh, I kind of prefer just the normal LR compared to the alt art. But when they go crazy and completely change the artistic expression, like a good example is like Gundam Wing Zero, or sorry, Gundam Zero from the last box set. The normal one, very new art style, very different, very battle oriented. But then the alt art is like a 90s anime style side profile of Zero. And I was like, that is so sick. Like, that's so cool. It's still like one of the best ones in my opinion. Frieden, card to Gray's Ritter. I still think this card's hilarious and still really good if you just run Gallahorn. I know we might kind of josh on it, but... Okay, Quibbly. We pulled this one, the first one. Very cool card. When linked, this unit gains suppression during this turn, so just for the one time it goes under. And then during pair, if it's a Neo Zeon pilot, doesn't care about the level, choose one damage enemy unit, deal 2 damage to it. That is pretty sick. And this is Quibbly. Level 7, 5 cost. I think that's a really good card for like Blue Red Ping, which made itself known in the first box set. I think Red Blue Ping just got more tools, and now it's just... I can't say there's like a perfect line for Red Blue Ping, but again, it's just personal variance at that point. Picking how you want to ping is... you have more utility now. You don't have to always ping something exhausted or do all these other things. So I'm really curious to see what Blue-Red players turn their deck into to turn it into something else. Gaffrin. Gundam Barbatos third form. You know, this didn't come up a whole lot in the first box. I want to say like we got 1 or 2. So really interesting for a common to not be coming up as much as you would think. Deal 2 damage to this unit when deployed. It does link with anything Tekkadan trait. So that could be a cool joyride for some of the Tekkadan pilots. Rick Diaz. Laughter. Franklin. Really good Teiwaz pilot. Gives you high maneuver as long as the thing is damaged. Sisterly Care, really good card. Able to just destroy something, or another Teiwaz pilot. Just in general. Calamity Gundam, I don't know how to feel about that guy yet. Raider Gundam I thought was a really, really good card. I hope people build with that. Prove me right. Gundam X, choose one Vulture unit card, level 5 or higher from your trash, add it to your hand. So when they did that Gundam video today, so like October 24th, but you'll be seeing this the week after, there was a play they did where they threw away the heavy unit and then fished it later when they did this trick. And I was like, that's so interesting. So if you do get it early and you filter out of having your actual Gundam X, which is an LR, You can just come back to it later and grab it. And I thought that was really sick. AGE device. Choose one Sound Family Pie from trash, add it to your hand. But if it's from main, if you have an AGE system unit in play, place one EX resource. So again, it's just ramp. Like just hard ramp. All this AGE stuff wants to do is just get to a higher level as quickly as possible. And then you're really playing with some sauce at that point. And your opponent's like, what did you just do to me? It's like, oh, I dropped a 0 turn 5. Best of luck, GG. I'm going to do it again. Ramp again. Suji's Hideout. Nemo. Gun Cannon. Diva. Janae's Custom. Laughter. Rick Diaz Red. Oh yeah, this has the thing too. Choose one friendly. Choose one active friendly base. Rest it. If you do, choose one enemy unit level 4 or lower. It gets -2 AP for the turn. White is getting these aggressive ways of manipulating the AP even more. Again, I really don't like what they're doing with Zaft on this box set. But it is what it is. Amida's Hyakurin. Byerlant. And another Gundam X, both rares. And again, rares, design language, flat thing in focus, the background itself, high gloss finish. As you can see here, everything has the same one-tone high gloss on everything. Very shiny bits on cardboard, very nice. What else do we got here? What do we got? Block Toe, Methis, Barzum, Graze Ritter, Galeo Schwab Grays, Laughter, Rick Diaz, Gin, Amida, Gundam Mark II, one of our rares. You may discard one unit card. If you do, return the card paired with this unit to your hand. And that's only if it's level 3 or lower. So can't be saving your Amros, you know? Can't be doing that. First strike on that bad boy. Hey, okay, so this is our holo resource out of the box, which means we won't get any more of these. And so this one is, yeah, Gundam Age 1, right? Normal. Gundam AGE 1. And again, it has the texture and pattern that's reminiscent, that's only found on resources. Again, from the beta box, the first box set, as well as this one now. So very, very cool. I like the small circles and the way everything kind of like reflects it off at a different angle and the depth. I love these. And then it also follows the same etched pattern on the lines for the suit itself, as you can see here as I throw the light on it. Very nice. So all we're really fishing out of this box now is just what other LRs are we going to see. We opened one box so far. This is box 2, which means we should be seeing a whole lot of different stuff. Unless we got the same print run, there is that chance we just hit the exact same sequence, but I doubt it. We'll probably get 1 or 2 different ones. Like, for example, I think G-Quox was brand new. We didn't get that one the last one. Buster Gundam. Humming Karn. Yeah, baby, another one. Another one. Gundam Gustian Rebake is a blocker. Choose one of your units, one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to them. And he links up with Akihiro. I know a lot of people are like sleeping on Akihiro, but I think he's a good card. Just because, again, purple recursion and getting your low end back from trash just from interacting with the board. Very, very nice. Gundam Airmaster, Graze Ritter, Nemo, Zaku 3, Gaza C, or BO. I don't know why I said it like that. Shungia Frost, Dantris, Ein Schwab Graze, Red Gundam. During this, it has High Maneuver, Gundam X. Hell yeah, cool. So there's another one of our LRs. Let's get the texture hit for you. I'm not seeing it as much. It's like very fine. Really a high gloss. Really, it's in here, I guess. You see the big blast. There's just this giant swirl texture that's like wrapping out. You can kind of see it move as I flip the light on it. And then we've got a bunch of grit. But then again, thing in focus, matte. But we do have the... Oh, does this one not? No, it does. It's just super fine though. It's like really hard to get this thing to come out on camera. There it is. See it ever so slightly. So it's still the same etch pattern. It's just super high gloss. That's crazy. Really, really nice. Gundam X has suppression on body. Doesn't have any prerequisites. Just as long as it's existing, has suppression. During Link, During your turn, while there are 7 or more cards in your trash, all of your Vulture units gain AP +2. So he's kind of like Amuro and RX-78 when they get the pair off, or even just anything under Gundam RX-78, because just as long as something's paired. But during Link, this guy will give the +2 to only Vulture units. So really interesting stuff. Suppression is such a good mechanic for coming back in the game because you're able to keep the opponent off you for a while. And then you're in the late game and they didn't build a deck for that, or they're just not seeing that card. You go Suppression, beat their face with that ability a couple times, and you're back in the race. And then usually you just take it home, and they don't take anything home at that point. Galeo Baldwin, Chalia Bull, Corp Booster, Hyzak, Rick Diaz, Dauntress Weapon, Sayla's, oh, so cool. Hyakuri, such a cool unit, man. I don't even know if there's a model kit for this one. If there is, somebody tell me. Because the more I keep seeing this card, I'm like, maybe I do want to build one. I don't know. Gundam. I guess that's the cool part about the trading card game is like, you can look at these and go, oh yeah, I have that built as a model kit right over my shoulder. Hum Karn. I do not have one of these built over my shoulder, I promise. Hey, Gundam AGE1 normal. I'm sure it's just age 1. But maybe they say the letters every time. I have no idea. You may discard 1 green Earth Federation unit card. If you do, place 1 EX resource. Then if you're level 7 or higher, you get to draw. So good card in the early game, better card in the late game because it helps you roll the deck a little bit. Yes, you have to sack a card from your hand to get that, but the fact it's an option, maybe it's a card you just don't want to see at all, but it gives you that ability to do so, and I think that's pretty slick. Alright, Oh One Gundam, Olba Frost, Galeo Schwab Graze, Gun Cannon. Really anything on body that just helps us roll through the deck. Like Kamaris is, if there's 4 Galahorn cards in trash, draw 2, ditch 2. Like just to see the thing that you want. I know some people are like, oh, that's not good. You don't net any cards in hand. Man, I just want to filter sometimes, you know? Like I'm not looking for anything but my next win condition or anything that helps me stack the board a little bit better. GXs, nice. What is this one? Once per turn, when you place an EX resource, choose one of your AGUs, so it gets breached 2 during this turn. So that would work pretty good with that LR we saw. So that's pretty interesting. And this is also a ditchable card, Earth Federation, and it's green. So you can throw it to the trash and also ramp with it too. So pretty good synergy. Sudan. Choose 1 friendly unit token during this turn. You may choose an active enemy unit level or with 5 or less AP as its attack target. You just ram into stuff and just don't care about it. Zeta Gundam, driver's license photo, non-holo. Only got a couple more. Again, it goes so much faster after the first video. It's like alarming how much faster this is. Because again, I don't have to stop on everything. I don't have to explain everything. I could, but I feel like we all just want to see the high rare hits after the first box. And that's just how that format's going to work. Orga, Krot, Shani, Earth Alliance Biological CPU. If this uses a blue unit, choose 1 enemy unit with blocker, rest it. Sick. Leo Balding. Mike Dalton. Amita Arca. Shkia Frost. Mobius. 4. And again, just to kind of show it off since we have it here now. Big difference between this is an R and then this is the R+, so the alt art. You'll notice same ability, same trait, same design language when it's a plus, silver everything, color punching through everywhere. There's no borders. They remove the little plaque in the corner, reflective material for the branding. So very nice. But yeah, big difference. I think this is our first one of this. So this is another LR Gundam Versago. Breach 1 on body, level 5/4 cost. He links up with Shagia Frost. Deploy if there are 3 or less enemy shields. Choose 1 enemy unit with 5 or less AP, deal 2 damage to it. So just from coming down, he starts blowing stuff up. That's pretty cool. That's our first one of that, if I'm not mistaken. All right, what do we got? Dauntress, Lauda, Hammerhead. That's such a cool scene, too, from the anime. It shows it charging and everything, and they actually use the Hammerhead. Such a cool anime. If you haven't, I highly recommend Iron-Blooded Orphans. I still think it's like one of the best Mobile Suit Gundam animes that we've had for a bit now in terms of story length, character development, and then I really just think it's a love letter to mobile suits in general. They just give you so much to work with. They build out that universe so much. I want to go back. Just, I know we have the movie coming out soon, and October 24th when I'm doing this, but when you see it, it's going to be much later. They announced a new EX base from Udir Hunt for if you go see the movie in Japan. And so I'm like, oh, maybe we'll get that here. Oh, let's go. Gundam Barbatos first form. We didn't get this in the first box. I was freaking out because this is sick. This is one of the favorites of mine. If you couldn't tell after I was just glazing Iron-Blooded Orphans there for like a hot minute. But this is dope. Okay, level 3-2 cost. Gundam Barbatos first form. Attack. If this unit is damaged, draw 1. Amazing card in purple. I think this is slept on quite a bit after I've seen people put up their tier lists. I hope by now, second week, the sentiment has changed and this card's just rampaging everywhere. So essentially what you want to do, put damage on this guy some way, somehow, which is you're able to do in purple very easily, and then just draw a card. And then if your opponent doesn't deal with this, it's going to force a trade or some kind of interaction to happen because they can't just leave it on the board. They can't just let you keep drawing cards for attacking. So they have to answer this. So it's a good way of fishing out some of those interesting interactions that they might not have anticipated. I love the texture on this one. Cross-hatching all the way through with the grays that he's beating up here. This takes place in like the first episode of Iron-Blooded Orphans, a beautiful scene. And then we have the texture. The trait that Barbatos is known for is always just the lights in the eyes, just the shimmering effect of having it follow with like these very not straight-lined edges and very wispy-like. Love it. Such good design language here. Absolutely love it. If I had to guess, this almost reminds me of like a lot of the Gunpla covers, right? When you look at a box, you're like, oh, it's a cool mobile suit. Like if we extended this out a little bit, made it rectangular, this could totally go on the front of one of those boxes. I feel like that's like a thing that absolutely could happen with that design language and how that card was done. If we get the LR Plus, I absolutely will do backflips. Don't quote me on it, but you'll see the camera shake, and you'll just have to take my word for it that I ended up doing a backflip if we pull one. Oh, it's such a cool, very good second box just from that alone. Very hyped. Core Booster, Gundam Leopard, Methis, White Gundam, Jared Mesa, Psycho Gundam, Carta Issue, Gundam Leopard, Gundam Mark II, Gundam Age 1. And so how many do we have here? So we've got 7. So out of these next couple boosters, we're going to be getting one more LR. Good old pack rip. Kikaruga. Devotion. Aspiring Pilot. Yes, another Barbatos. Yes, more. Comrade comes first. Oop. Dauntress Command. Gundam Ferric. Calamity Gundam. Tall Geese. Love the artwork. The fact that this is just a rare and it looks this good. Love what they're doing here. Good stuff. And we've got Gundam Ashtaron. Play one of your other new unit. You can't receive battle damage. 2 or less HP during this turn. Nice, nice, nice. And Gundam Barbatos resource. Very cool. All right, 2 more boosters for this box. And that's box 2. Done in an hour shorter than the first video. How does he improve so rapidly? I couldn't tell you. Persistence, Gaffrin. These cards that have this text where it's like, this unit can't attack the player. Cool for the exchange and the early trade stuff, and just having like a weird stat line. But also like, come on. Like, you know, like, just, I don't want to give aggro even more tools. I get it, but give me the opposite, you know? This card's really interesting. I'm not a fan of the artwork for Zetas, but what it's doing, I think, is very interesting. I don't know if it's going to be able to carry that in purple, but I am really tempted to try this out in like a mono purple build and see if that's worth anything. A new sign, draw 3, then discard 2. That is a rare, so that is pretty sick. And then you get to choose 1 base card from your trash, add it to your hand if it's a burst. So that's a pretty good way to re-up on another base if needed. And it's in the same stat line as Show of Resolve, so that's really interesting. But this has a burst, meanwhile Show of Resolve does not. One day we're going to get, like, draw 5 from burst. Could you imagine the amount of tilting the internet would rampage on about if that happened? Box set 3, burst. Take 5 cards. It's like, what? Take 5 cards from anywhere. Trash, top of deck, bottom of deck, whatever you want to do. Just kidding. All right, Flitisano. This is a lengthy pilot for when linked. Look at the top 3 of your deck. You may reveal Earth Federation unit card or AGE device and its name from among them. Add it to your hand. Return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of the deck. So just a good filter. It's also an early pilot. It's a level 3 1 cost. And then our last LR here, which puts us at 8 for the box, is Elmeth. Deploy, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may reveal 1 green Xeon pilot card from among them, add it to your hand. Turn the rest of the bottom of the deck in any order, randomly to the bottom of your deck. When linked, this unit gets AP +2. It can help you find Char. It can help you find Lala. So just looking at the top 5 for a pilot, which I feel like is definitely Xeon's issue a lot of times, is pretty fun. I don't think the Xeon deck needed much more to be super successful, but the fact it now has that, as well as a Turning Point and Victory or whatever it's called, is really interesting. But that is it, guys. So we got quite the spread here. Our first Barbatos, another Gusian, our first G-Quox, quite a few cards, and then our first Gundam Versago, which is a really pretty card. And then we've got our pluses. We got a Pilot Plus. We got the G-Quox Plus. And then we've got our Gundam AGE1 Holo Resource. This box is good. I liked box 2. I like opening these boxes quite a bit if you can't tell, because I do think you just get so much bang for your buck, quote unquote. Obviously, mileage may vary based on where you bought it from or how much you paid. But I do like getting 8 of these, having trade fodder. Even if you go to like an event and you only get 1 box, you could very easily have other individuals trade for the things that they want. So definitely keep that in mind if you're part of any local community or scenes that do this stuff on a regular basis. But in the meantime, guys, that is box 2. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.